Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in every person's life when the easiest thing to do is quit. When your back is against the wall, when nothing is working, when your dreams feel farther than ever, and the voice in your head whispers, maybe it's not meant to be. But that voice, that tiny whisper of doubt, is the greatest enemy of greatness. It is the silent killer of dreams. And today, I'm here to tell you one simple, powerful truth. You must never give up. Because the moment you decide to stop trying, the moment you give in to that voice, you surrender the very thing that makes you human, your will to rise. See, giving up is easy. Quitting is convenient. But champions are built in moments of struggle, not success. They are forged in fire, not comfort. They are born in the darkness when no one is watching. And they emerge into the light when the world least expects it. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants the reward. But very few are willing to walk through the storm to earn it. And that's why the road to success will never be crowded. Because most people give up halfway. Let me remind you of something powerful. Your pain has a purpose. Your struggle has a reason. And your journey, no matter how hard it feels, is shaping the strength you'll need for the future that's waiting for you. The truth about struggle. The truth is, every great person you admire, every leader, every athlete, every entrepreneur, every artist, has one thing in common. They refuse to quit when everyone else would have walked away. When the world said no, they kept pushing until life had no choice but to say yes. They didn't have it easy. They didn't always have support, but they had one thing that kept them moving forward. Belief. Belief that if they kept going, something would change. Belief that effort eventually breaks resistance. Belief that persistence is stronger than any obstacle. You see, winners are not the ones who never fail. They're the ones who never stop trying. Failure isn't the end, it's the training ground. Every mistake, every rejection, every defeat, it's all preparing you. It's building endurance, sharpening your mind, and teaching you how to fight smarter. If you've ever felt like giving up, congratulations. It means you're close, because the urge to quit always comes right before the breakthrough. The most painful moments in your life are often the moments just before the miracle happens. So don't walk away now. Don't give in now. Hold on. You've already come too far to turn back. The power of consistency. Let me tell you something that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Consistency. Anyone can get excited for a week. Anyone can stay motivated for a month. But real growth comes when you show up every single day. Even when you're tired, even when it's boring, even when you see no results. You can't plant a seed and dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it, you protect it. You trust the process. And one day it breaks through the soil, not because you forced it, but because you stayed consistent long enough for it to grow. That's exactly how your dreams work. They need patience. They need faith. They need time. And they need you to keep showing up, especially when you feel like nothing's happening. The truth is, success doesn't happen all at once. It's not a single explosion of luck. It's the result of 1,000 small efforts that no one saw but you. And that's why you must never stop. Because when you quit, you don't just lose the fight. You lose the lessons, the experience, and the strength you are about to gain. Keep grinding. Keep showing up. Keep believing in the vision, even when no one else does. The turning point. There comes a day when the pain becomes too much to ignore. When you look in the mirror and ask yourself, why am I doing this? You start doubting everything. You start wondering if all your effort has been for nothing. That's the breaking point. But the truth is, that breaking point is also your turning point. The moment you feel like giving up is the exact moment you are being tested. The universe, life, destiny, call it what you want, it's asking you a question. How badly do you want it? Because if you want it only when it's easy, you don't want it enough. Anyone can keep going when things are working, but only the strong keep going when everything falls apart. That's the difference between average and legendary. That's the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. When your heart is heavy, when your hands are tired, when your hope feels empty, remind yourself, you have survived everything you once thought would break you. You have endured storms that others could not handle. You have already proven that you are stronger than your pain. And if you could get through that, you can get through this. The road will never be smooth. You will face detours, dead ends, and days when nothing seems to move. But every time you push through one more challenge, you are building the muscles that success requires. Persistence isn't just about refusing to stop. It's about choosing to rise every time you fall. Growth through pain. Pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It's the voice that tells you where you need to grow. It's the sculptor that shapes your character. You see, life doesn't give strength for free. It demands sacrifice. It demands effort. It demands moments of discomfort that teach you how much potential you truly have. When you face pain, don't run from it. Feel it. Learn from it. Use it. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Turn your setbacks into lessons. Because pain is the price of progress, and struggle is the rent you pay for success. Every scar on your heart is a story of survival. Every tear you've shed has watered the soil of your future victory. You are not defined by the pain you've felt, but by the courage you've shown while enduring it. Most people avoid pain because they see it as punishment. But the truth is, pain is proof that you're alive, that you're in the arena, that you're still fighting. Comfort never made anyone great. Pressure did. Pressure turns coal into diamonds, and it will turn you into the person you were meant to become. So don't curse the struggle, respect it, because one day you'll thank it for everything it taught you. Belief and mindset. Never underestimate the power of belief. What you believe about yourself determines how far you go. If you believe you are defeated, you will act defeated. But if you believe that every challenge is a stepping stone, you will keep moving no matter what. Your mind is the battlefield. Every doubt, every fear, every excuse, it all starts there. But so does every victory, every success, every breakthrough. Guard your mind like a fortress. Feed it with positivity, discipline, and focus. Speak to yourself with strength. Remind yourself that you are capable, worthy, and unstoppable. Because when you believe in yourself, something amazing happens. You stop waiting for permission to be great. You stop needing validation. You start taking action. You start creating your own opportunities instead of waiting for them to appear. That's how leaders are born. That's how champions are made. That's how ordinary people build extraordinary lives, through relentless belief and unshakable faith in their mission. To climb every mountain looks impossible until you start climbing. The top always seems too far when you're standing at the bottom. But step by step, breath by breath, effort by effort, you rise. There will be days when the climb feels endless. When your legs ache, your lungs burn, and your spirit feels heavy. But every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the summit. Don't measure your progress by how fast you move. Measure it by how consistently you show up. Even when it feels like you're moving inches, you're still moving. Even when no one sees your effort, it still counts. Remember, slow progress is still progress. Tiny victories are still victories. And one day, when you look back from the top, you'll realize that every painful step was worth it. Because the climb isn't just about reaching the top, it's about who you become along the way. Discipline and focus. Motivation starts the engine, but discipline keeps it running. You won't always feel inspired, you won't always feel strong, but discipline will carry you through the days when emotion disappears. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early when your body says sleep. It's training when your mind says rest. It's working on your goals when distractions surround you. Focus is your weapon in a world full of noise. There will always be people who don't believe, voices that tell you to slow down, opinions that try to shake your vision. Ignore them. Not because they don't matter, but because your dream matters more. If you want to become unstoppable, master focus. Say no to distractions. Say yes to progress. Every yes to discipline is a no to regret. Stay locked in. Stay committed. Because discipline builds the life that motivation only dreams about. The fire within. Inside every human being lies a spark, a small, powerful fire that refuses to die. Sometimes it burns bright, sometimes it flickers, but as long as it exists, you have everything you need to rise again. That spark is your purpose. It's your reason. It's the reminder that you were not created to live an average life. You were built to make an impact, to create, to lead, to inspire. And that spark will never die as long as you keep feeding it with effort, passion, and faith. Feed it every day. Feed it with gratitude. Feed it with dreams. Feed it with action. When life tries to put out your fire, use the wind of adversity to make it burn hotter. Turn your pain into fuel. Turn your challenges into energy. That's what warriors do. Becoming unstoppable. There's a moment in the journey when fear disappears. When the obstacles that once scared you now strengthen you. When failure becomes familiar and doesn't frighten you anymore. That's when you know you've become unstoppable. Unstoppable people aren't fearless. They move forward despite fear. They fall, they bleed, they struggle, but they never stop. Every time you push through, you're rewriting your story. You're proving that you're stronger than circumstances, that your purpose is greater than your pain. The world doesn't need more quitters. It needs more fighters. It needs people like you who refuse to surrender. Because when one person chooses not to give up, they become the reason someone else keeps going too. Your courage has a ripple effect. Your persistence inspires others. You may not realize it, but someone out there is watching you. And your refusal to quit might be the very reason they don't quit either. That's the power of resilience. That's the legacy of perseverance. The legacy. When your time comes, when you look back at your life, what do you want to remember? The chances you took, or the ones you let slip away? The dreams you chased, or the excuses you believed? The moments you stood tall, or the moments you gave in? You have one life, one chance to make it count. Make it a story worth telling. Make it a story of resilience, not regret. Let the world say, that person never gave up. Because that sentence alone is worth more than any title, any award, any trophy. You see, success is temporary, but impact is forever. When you refuse to give up, you don't just build a career, you build character. You build hope. You build a legacy, and that legacy will outlive you. It will speak for you long after you're gone, because nothing echoes louder in the halls of history than the voice that says, I didn't quit. Final message. So wherever you are, whatever you're facing right now, I want you to remember this. You are not finished. You are not broken. You are not defeated. You are still here, and as long as you are here, you have another chance to rise. Don't let fear decide your fate. Don't let failure define your identity. Don't let pain become your prison. Stand up, take a breath, look forward, and move again. Because every step you take toward your dream, no matter how small, is a declaration that says, I'm not giving up. I'm not backing down. I'm not done yet. So keep moving, even when it's hard. Keep believing, even when no one else does. Keep fighting, even when the world doubts you. Because one day, all the late nights, all the pain, all the struggle, it will all be worth it. And you'll look back and realize, you didn't just survive, you conquered. Never give up, never give in. Your story isn't over, it's only just beginning.